Hi everyone and welcome back to Reading with Jack. I'm back from my holiday and now it's time to film videos again, which is very exciting. Today I'm not going to be filming a booktube video like I would normally do, but I'll be getting around to them later in the week. Today I'm actually switching it up and doing a video about my AS level exam results. So this is really a video for people that live in England, probably those that are in sixth form, because you'll understand how the exam system works and you'll maybe relate to it. And really, I just want to share my experiences, share my opinions and how I did, and hopefully that is something that people would like to watch, because I personally have loved watching videos like this, and I just really want to make one of my own. It's not bragging, because I just don't want to show off. That is not something which I would ever want to do on my channel. But I just want to share my experiences, and go through what's happened and all of my plans for next year as well. Because of course A2 year 13 is going to be so stressful, so intense again. So I've got all of my results here on this sheet and I'm going to go through each subject, tell you how I did, and hopefully it's something that everyone's interested in. So let's get going and let's look at these results. So I'm going to start with French, which is one of my favourite subjects. I absolutely love it. French is so fantastic. I love languages. I really am fascinated by languages, and I was so happy with French because I got an A and I got a very high mark as well. I got 195 out of 200 UMS, which is crazy. Wow, I never ever expected that. At the beginning of the year I was so scared with French because I felt like I was kind of behind. I felt like my grammar wasn't very good, I wasn't good at speaking, but I surprisingly did really well in speaking and I managed to get 58 out of 60 raw marks. In UMS I believe that is 75 out of 80, so I am shocked. I'm so happy about that, and I actually got full marks on the written paper, which is crazy again. I don't know how this happened, but I put so much work in, and I think the work really did pay off with French, because I think my passion comes through when I'm writing a French essay, when I'm learning French. I just feel really enthusiastic, and I think that is really useful, particularly with speaking as well. When you're interacting with people and you seem enthusiastic, I guess that looks really good. And I'm just so happy with French. Oh my gosh, I'm happy I got an A, and that's just fantastic for me. I am really proud of that result. In Spanish, again, very similar to French. I love it. I really enjoy studying it. It's slightly different in terms of the speaking, like the pronunciation is very different, but the actual vocab and stuff is quite similar, so I think it's quite advantageous studying two languages, and I have really enjoyed studying both of these. And I actually want to take both of them at university, so it's also great that I got an A in Spanish and I got 188 out of 200 UMS, so slightly lower than with French, but I'm really happy, I am really happy with that. And I really couldn't ask for anything more. I got the exact same mark in the Spanish speaking as I did with the French speaking, 58 out of 60 raw marks. For the written exam I got 113 out of 120, so slightly lower than with French. But I think the boundaries for Spanish are a lot higher, so I suppose I did kind of similar with the actual raw marks that I got, but when it's converted to UMS it's probably kind of different. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just really happy with that, and I really have enjoyed these languages. I can't wait for A2, can't wait for university as well. It's just going to be so exciting. I can't wait to learn more about cultures, and I know with A2 we get to learn about films as well. We get to analyse films and characters and all stuff like that. We get to analyse a region of France as well, which sounds really interesting. So I just think it's going to be a really exciting year. I can't wait to develop all of my languages skills. Now let's move on to English literature. In this one I was actually slightly disappointed. I didn't get a bad grade and I was actually very happy with it, but my prediction was an A and unfortunately I got a B, which I'm kind of annoyed about because I put so much work into this. I really tried hard in that exam to know the texts well. I practiced loads. I did so many past papers and practice essays, and practicing really did help me to get the mark that I got. But I felt like I could have done a little bit better. I got an A in the coursework, which I'm very happy about. I'm really happy about that because I put so much effort into that when I was doing it. Honestly, if you're studying English, put hours and hours into the coursework. It will really pay off, because it's probably easier than the exam to get a good mark in because you've got so long. And honestly, with English subjects, coursework I believe tests you better, because you can come up with the most intelligent discussions and arguments and debates. You can do lots of wider reading, and I feel like in an exam it's just very rushed and you don't come up with the most intelligent discussions. It's kind of weird doing an exam in English basically, and it was quite stressful. I got a B in the exam, but because the exam counts for more than the coursework, I got a B overall. You need 160 to get an A, and I got 154 out of 200. So it was 6 UMS marks off. So at the moment I'm not yet sure exactly what I'm going to do. I was considering getting the paper remarked, but although it could go up, it could also go down, and that would make things worse. So I was actually considering retaking the paper because maybe my analytical skills next year will be more developed, they'll be more advanced, I'll be better at writing essays, so I've got a better chance of getting a mark. But I'm still feeling quite positive because, you know, I can probably still get an A by the end of A2 if I work hard. That's definitely the most important thing, you know, it's not impossible to get an A, and I'm going to work so hard, I'm going to remain positive, and hopefully I will work hard and do whatever I can to get that A by the end of next year. The next subject is English language, and this was always my 4th subject. It was always the one that I was planning to drop anyway, and I'm still going to be dropping this because I got a B. And it was a slightly lower B than I got with English literature because I got an A on the coursework again, but on the exam I got a C. I don't know how that happened, you know, I don't like to say like I didn't deserve that because, you know, there must be a reason why I got that, but in all the past papers I was getting really high A's, I was getting really good marks, and I don't know how I dropped so much between the mock exam and the actual exam. I know in the actual exam I didn't do as well as in the mock exam, I could just tell. But I'm kind of disappointed that I got a C, and, you know, I'm okay that it's a B overall. I am not going to be remarking this paper or retaking it because it's a B overall in the subject I'm dropping. It's kind of a shame I didn't get higher, but I'm fine with it, and that is all I can do. The final thing to talk about is general studies. I also got a B in this as well. I don't really class it as a proper subject because it isn't really. To be honest, it's pretty pointless. I don't really understand the subject particularly because one paper is science and maths paper, which is incredibly biased towards those studying that at A level. You know, it's going to be so easy for them to do that, probably in like 10 minutes or something, where I'm working things out and doing all the old methods that I did at GCSE. You know, the problem is it's already been tested at GCSE, what's the point of doing it again? And then the other paper was more essay based, which was kind of easier for me because I do English and stuff, but the content of the essay was kind of different. The stuff I wrote, I probably made half of it up, but it was all political stuff, and it's just kind of like biased if you're studying politics or something. So I think if general studies continues in the future, I would personally like to see it more to do with life skills, you know, stuff that maybe helps you in life that you can't learn in actual school subjects. You know, preparation for university or something that you just can't learn that is useful. I definitely think there's stuff that you need to learn about life that we just haven't learnt yet. So maybe it could be that instead. But, you know, I got a B, I'm very happy with that, and I'm not going to complain because at the beginning of the year when I saw the past papers, I thought I would fail. I honestly thought I would fail this, and I didn't, so I'm happy about that. So overall, at the end of year 12, I got 2 A's and 3 B's, which is a bit lower than my predictions. I was predicted to get A's in everything, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. But I'm still happy, you know, I know that nothing is impossible. I've got my A's in Spanish and French, which I'm so happy about. I got really high A's, so that makes me feel quite happy about going into A2 with those subjects. Hopefully I can maintain the same standard. With English literature, I just need to find a way to get it to an A overall, just so I can apply to some of the universities that have requirements of getting 3 A's. But that is really my plan for next year, so I'll be studying French, Spanish and literature. It's going to be really good fun. I'm going to put so much work in next year. I'm going to put even more work in than I did for year 12, which is kind of crazy because if you know me in real life, I put a lot of work into my school stuff. I spend hours revising and doing all the work, but you know, I think that's probably the best way to do, because if you did badly and you didn't put the work in, you kind of feel guilty, whereas if you've put the work in, you know that you've done your best, and that is what I feel like. So I'm happy with the work I put in, and I can't wait to move into year 13. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it useful or helpful. If you'd like to leave comments down below telling me how you did in your exams, that would be really interesting. I'd be excited to hear about what you went through and all the experiences and stuff. But yes, I'm going to stop rambling because it's such a rambly ending. Thank you for watching, everyone, and see you all again in my next video, which I promise will be a booktube video. It'll be about books. It's probably going to be a book tag. I'll probably be filming that over the next few days, but until then, thank you for watching and see you all again later.